Okay, folks, welcome to the session number 6. Okay, in this session, we will be discussing the 21st century skills. And today, for being the last session for this subject, we have a short presentation by some of your peers, okay, who will be introducing and presenting the topic of today. If you got questions, you can do it at the end of the presentation, okay? Ismael,
Hello.
you already got it, okay?
Yes. Sorry, I was double muted. So, hello class. Today we're going to be presenting the 21st century skills. It's Andrea and me. So let's just get started with this. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys. So first of all, we're gonna have like a little introduction on what the topic is about. And when we talk about the 21st century skills, we're talking about different kind of knowledge and life skills that we need to have in order to succeed in today's world. So this is pretty much about students. And the important thing about this any other subject like math or Spanish, whatever you want. And this can either be taught or learned. So you don't actually need to like be born with these kind of skills because they can either be taught or learned.
Thank you, Andrea. Moving to the types of skill, the classification. We have three macro types of 21st century skills. We have the learning skills, which are the 4 C's: critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication. We have the literacy skills, IMTs, which stands for information, media, and technology. And we have the life skills, which are the FLIPS, that stands for flexibility, leadership, initiative, productivity, and social skills. And we're going to be breaking them down in the next slides.
All right. Now, in this part, we have the learning skills. And for the very first one, we have the critical thinking, which is the one that we use to analyze, evaluate, and synthesize some information that we have. In these kind of activities, we're going to see some examples later on, but obviously we are presenting some information that we need to analyze in order to get to a point. We also have creativity, and in this one, we need to generate new ideas, concepts, or solutions to different problems that were presented. In collaboration, this is pretty much working with others in an efficient way. We can do it in pairs, or we can either do it in groups, and this is just about that. And we also have communication, and in this one, we expressed our ideas through different sources. We know that communication can be either, when we speak, can either be whenever we're writing something. So it's just about expressing our ideas in different ways to the people that is around us.
Okay, now let's move to the IMTs, which are the literacy skills. Let's just go back. Okay, there we go. The literacy skills focus on how students can discern facts, publishing outlets, and the technology behind them. There's a strong focus on determining that the sources that we find in the internet are trustworthy and are like legit. We have the three. Media literacy is understanding and analyzing media messages, being able to tell whether that is correct or not. For technology skills, competence in using digital tools and platforms. This is basically being able to use a phone, use a computer, and information skills, finding, evaluating, and using this information effectively. This is being able to do research through technology, like doing a research for any type of investigation, or like looking for information through the internet.
Great, thank you. Now we're gonna have like the life skills. And in this one, we have like a wide range of different skills. And the first one that we have, it's flexibility. When it comes to flexibility, we always need to adapt ourselves to new situations. So that means that we need to be open to different changes that we might experience in our environment. This could be changes that will affect only us, but can also affect different people around us. We also have leadership, which is guiding, motivating, and inspiring others. We have always, been arguing about what leadership is, and we always just want to remind, focus on when we need to guide someone, not only give them orders in order to accomplish like a goal that we have in common, but also motivating them and working together. Then we also have initiative, which is like taking a proactive steps towards something, doing something for the very first time. Maybe no one would like to do it for the very first time, but you're the one taking the step, you're the one guiding them. So at the same time, you're kind of being the leader in this step. We also have productivity, which is time management pretty much. And we also manage resources and tasks, and we complete them in a timely manner. And we always want to focus on doing things in the right way, but we also want to save some time doing them. And we also see social skills, which are really, really important for life. And these are interpersonal skills that will enable the communication. In these kind of situations, we always want to focus on, how we interact with people, and the activities that we do around with them, and how we pretty much communicate with each other.
Thank you, Andrea. Now that we have gone through the three types of 21st century skills, we're gonna review how to integrate them with some examples and strategies for them. So on this slide, we have two examples. Open-ended questions. One example of that, asking students to predict what might happen next after reading parts of a paragraph. So we can say that we give them like a book, like a storybook. We get them to read just one part, and then we ask them to predict what's gonna happen next. The strategy number 2 is let them express themselves through art. One example of that is have them create their own ending to a story. And not only that, but also expressing like art expression itself, such as painting, drawing, all of that.
Good. Can you go back? Yeah, that one. Thank you. Now, also some other strategies that we can see in the 21st century skills will be peer and group collaboration. One example of an activity that we can do with this would be, for example, create a posters. like in group of four, they can get together and communicate and do it together. And there are many activities that we can do in groups or in pairs that will work in the same way. The important thing is that we work through collaboration and communication so that they get to a specific goal. Then another one will be integrate digital tools. In this kind of things, we can see examples as educational apps and also some interactive games. It's not only about like reading and doing grammar stuff, but they can also have some fun while they're learning. And this is a way that they can express art, as Ismael was saying. And this is really important because in this way, they learn while they're having fun, and this is really, really motivating for them.
Sorry, I was just struggling a little bit with unmuting. Let's move on to the third slide of strategies. Mm,
On the strategy, you want to come back?
yeah, can you please get it like for the next one? It's not letting me. The next slide.
Let me check. This one?
Yes, thank you. Give me a moment. Okay, there we go. The fifth example is fostering independence. An example of that is letting the students work with their own assignments without the need or without the assistance of the teacher, so they can gain independence and they can get into group collaboration. Assigning roles to develop leadership is another part, like a consequence part of this, because when we give students independence, they are able to decide who's going to be the leader, who's going to be the one as like making, let's say, the presentation, if they're going to do a presentation, or who's going to be the one leading, supervising, assisting. And this one goes as well with teaching time management, because if we assign them like a large task, we break it down into smaller ones with some sort of deadline, so we can turn it in for tomorrow and then for the other day, and like allowing them to present their own results without necessarily providing like the whole results of the task. And most of this is part of integrating them into peer collaboration and basically like team players, teaching them that. Now we're going to be talking about the importance. This is just the last part, the importance for each and every skill that we have. Andrea and me. So I'm going to go with the first part for the importance.
The first slide you said, no?
No. Go to importance. This is the last one. Yeah. So introducing 21st century skills into children um, is very essential for their success in the future, because as the world and like the market evolves, the children or the young learners need more than just like the regular or the like the traditional education that we had times before. It is important that we are able to provide them with those tools so they get to be efficient people when they get adults. Learning skills prepare them for for their careers or like for their future, as I'm saying, and allows them as well to adapt to the world that we're living in, which changes a lot. Andrea?
Yes. All right. So I will take it from here. And we also have some digital and technological competences. We all know that we're growing up, and I mean, we are all natives, digitally speaking. And whenever kids, are born, they're pretty much introduced to cell phones, computers, and everything that's technologically important for them, and they all know how to manage it. However, it's really important that we teach them how to use them correctly, how to use them in their benefit. Because of course they can play, they can watch whatever they want, they can have some fun with it. But at the same time, we need to teach them how to use them for academic resources, how they can use it to learn new things that are coming from, school subjects and so on. So it's really important for the future. We also have that this is something that we need to do our whole life. So learning is not only something that we need to do for a specific time period. This is not only something that we need to do from high school to the university. We pretty much learn new things every day, and it's really important that we teach them how these 21st century skills will help them to develop that critical thinking, that motivation to learn every day and new things. And we can also prepare them to be globally competent. And this is because they need to understand that there are different cultures, that they different contexts, situations, and of course to be open-minded to new situations, new things, because as Ismael was saying, this is a world changing, and we see new things every day, and they need to adapt easily to them so that way they can succeed in life. And that's pretty much about the presentation. Thank you so much for your attention, guys.
Any
Thank you,
question?
right? Yeah, thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Ismael, for have just done that presentation, okay? So now I've got some questions for the rest of the students. We're gonna start with Blas. Blas, what do you understand with this? So how do you think that you can integrate the 21st century skills in an ESL classroom? Blas, are you here? Or someone else that want to take want to give the opinion? Yeah, Blas, go ahead.
Well, watching the presentation on the screen, I think that, well, firstly, when it comes to the critical thinking and all those stuffs, I think that, well, when it comes to critical thinking, it's something about that we do every day, since we think about future problems, things we are able to have like some memories and think about how those bad things or how things occurred, seeing that the type of tools, skills, and now the way of the classes are being imparted nowadays, which is no longer on using on whiteboards. We do it, however, when we go to present something, we do it like using this type of presentations, which is virtual. Well, I think nowadays there's more about technology things. It's not about like go to let's say a library, get books, read,
Yeah.
and after that analyze what was the situation in order to, if there are questions to answers, analyze it, think, overthink, and rethink about how to provide an answer. Uh, Nowadays, everything is like more, let's say, robotic, right? Because everything you can find it in the internet, and you don't have to investigate or research using books or any the old way of the old schools used to do it.
Okay, thank you very much, Blas. Marilia, which are those possible challenges that you could face up when integrating those skills? Marilia, I think your microphone is good this time, right? As usually. Okay, good. Jorbin, what about you, Jorbin? Or Genesis Galliano?
Hi, teacher. Can you repeat the question, please?
Which are
I
those
cannot hear.
possible challenges that you could face up when integrating these skills in an ESL classroom?
Yes, sir, classroom. For example, teacher, I don't know, we can implement
The challenges that you probably face up when integrating the 21st century skills.
up. Teacher, up.
Yeah, that you can face, that you can struggle with them.
For example, um,
For example, this app,
how to implement to develop your vocabulary skill, because audiobooks increase your vocabulary because they have many interesting topic. So we can practice in this app. It is important to develop your listening skill.
Okay.
And also videos, for example, podcast is an app, is very common in the practice English skill.
Okay, thank you, Jorvin. I really appreciate folks for being connected, and thank you one more time for Andrea and Ismael for this presentation that you already did it. Okay. Remember the next session. So we have the final exam. Okay.
Okay.
So study for that, and if there is something that probably you forgot, you can go to the platform, you can check the old session, the old meeting session that we've got there, or you can ask me by WhatsApp, okay?
Teacher, the last exam is 100 points or 40 points?
The 40 points,
Oh,
okay? 40 points. But you have to get 100 points, okay? Then you have to multiply, okay? Okay, folks, thank you. This has been everything for this session, and see you. Have a good night.
Good night, teacher.
Thank you. Bye-bye.